I really don't want to talk about Hunter Biden. I know I talk about him a lot, but I talk about him more than anybody else because there's always something coming out about him, and I don't see anyone reporting on it. So what he Hunter Biden is now suing Fox News. He's trying to sue Tucker Carlson. So this is not a way to actually win anything on defamation because that's what he's suing for. This is a way to try and get Tucker to stop talking about him. Because if you're in a lawsuit, blah, blah, blah. Problem with that is what he's suing him for, defamation, is based on that document that said he was paying $49,910. Now, he says that he was paying $49,910 for the office space that he was renting, and that Tucker Carlson lied, therefore that's defamation. So problem is, the actual document said $49,910 per month. So anyone who looks at that, myself included, is going to assume that it was per month because the document said per month. Now, how he thinks he can win a defamation lawsuit when he is a known crackhead, he lied on his gun application, he was married and had an affair on his wife with the widow of his dead, or obviously dead brother, who was caught buying prostitutes.
Is anything hurt on you? Anything? I was literally saying, I'm sorry that it took so long to give you $10,000. Do you have any bruise? Anything? Have I ever touched you in a bad way? Ever? Have I asked you every time if I could touch you? Every time. Sweetheart, look at me. You cannot talk to me that way and say things like that.
Who was on video with said prostitute, plus dozens of others.
This is our future baby daddy. You naughty horse. Hey. Oh.
Who smoked crack in a hotel after weighing it on video with the prostitutes. So how can you defame someone like this? He was dishonorably discharged due to his drug use, or maybe just kicked out. Maybe he avoided a dishonorable discharge label. I don't want to get sued. I don't want to defame this guy. So his lawsuit is a farce, but the only person talking about him, other than myself, I'm not a media figure, so really no one's talking about him other than Tucker Carlson. And now he's trying to get Tucker Carlson to back off. I hope Tucker Carlson does a show laughing at the lawsuit, because it's a joke. You can't defame somebody, especially he's a public figure. You would have to show that they lied about them and somehow tarnish their reputation and cause some kind of monetary damages. No, that's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Plus, what he said was based on a document of Hunter Biden's from his laptop. And everything anyone says about Hunter Biden comes from Hunter Biden, because while he was in a high or either drunken stupor, he took his laptop to a repair shop and forgot it. And then when the shop owner said, "Hey, FBI, this is the or at the time, this is Senator Biden's son's laptop. I don't know what's on it. you may want this. They didn't want it. Then when stuff started coming out off the laptop, all of a sudden they wanted it. Then they took it and they hid it for over a year. The FBI. So you can't claim defamation off of something that's yours, and that literally reads per month. But that's not all that's going on with Hunter Biden right now, because this stand-up citizen with a great reputation is in a court right now, and it's child support, and he won't pay the child support, and he won't allow his kid to have his name. Who is this kid? This is the child of a stripper that he knocked up. And now he does not want the Biden name associated with this stripper. And of course he doesn't want to pay child support, because why would he? He's Hunter Biden. He's gotten away with everything in his entire life. So you might as well add deadbeat to that. Hunter Biden will always be the gift that keeps on giving. Because there's no worse human being. Like, in the political world, there's a lot of bad people. He's right there. He's amongst the worst. He really, truly is. Why do I say that? Everything I've said about him, from the corruption in Ukraine, China, and dealing with Russians, he's consistently been bad, and more and more and more and more just keeps coming out about him. The most recent is not the child support that he refuses to pay to a stripper, not even ex-girlfriend, just a stripper. Are some emails between him and his former assistant. Now, she just wants to get paid. That's what she says. She says, you know what? I haven't gotten paid in the last month, whatever it was. And I'm just emailing you guys to let you know that I need my money. I'm short on rent. I don't have money because you guys didn't pay me. Is this some kind of way you guys are telling me I'm fired? Hunter responds, no, you're not fired. But if you want that money, you got to make up for the work that you didn't do, which is weird, but okay. How's she going to make it up? I need you to get on FaceTime or either Zoom and get naked. Harvey Weinstein is still in jail over this type of exact behavior. He says, I want you naked, I love your body, you're really sexy. This is his assistant. Now, I really don't think it's his assistant, but we have to take her for what she said in private to him, and him what he said in private to her. There's no other way you can determine whether or not she was really his assistant. I think she was just another stripper or another prostitute on his payroll. So what does he do? I really want to see you, and he starts sending her cash apps here and there, sprinkling her payback. I have no idea what he was doing. I'm pretty sure she knows exactly what he was doing because she complied. He wanted to know how she played with herself. This is adult content. Nothing innocent about this. This is the behavior you would want to see out of an upstanding citizen with a reputation to uphold. And people keep saying, oh yeah, but he's not the president. I don't know why they're bringing his son into it. This is a guy in his 50s. It's not like he's a teenager. It's not like he's a child that people are bringing into politics. He's out there. He did it all. So he slept with several of his employees, which is starting to look more and more and more and more like he put people on the Biden payroll. And that's another way you can launder money, is you can have payroll for your assistant in the amount of, I don't know, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month, but really they just show up when you want them to show up, and the real money is being laundered in that way through payroll. Person, she probably gets $500 every time she comes, but if he puts her on payroll for $5,000 to $8,000, there's money that you just cleaned. That's corrupt money that you just cleaned, and you kept it yourself. So you uphold your end of the bargain. As long as she upholds hers, and overtly asks for sex for her pay, for her own pay, which clearly wasn't her own pay. Otherwise, she would have said, "Well, wait a minute. No, you owe me this money. Why do I have to get naked for it? What work do I have to make up for? I'm owed this money." But that's neither here nor there. Hunter Biden is the biggest scumbag in the history of politics, which is really, really, really hard to do. Because there's some really, really, really big scumbags. But this guy, this kid, as Biden refers to him as, I've never seen one worse. And our government is actively keeping him out of prison because he should have been in prison a long time ago, off of things he's admitted. Like that time where he was with his ex. We'll call her his ex because this is after the stripper baby, but before banging his dead brother's widow. He lied on an application for his gun. The same gun he was playing with on video while he was naked with prostitutes. And then his dead brother's widow, who he was having sex with at the time, he was playing with the gun, and she took the gun because she was worried about him having a gun, because of course he's, what with being a drug addict and all. She threw it in the trash across the street from a elementary school, or either high school, either way, from a school, which everyone knows are no gun zones, gun-free zones. That doesn't matter. She threw it away. What kind of person was she, or is she? What kind of human beings are these? I mean, they all stem from Joe Biden, and we know his pedigree. Joe Biden, his own daughter said, "Yeah." He was 5 years old. This is the pedigree, and this is why the son's messed up. This is why the daughter's messed up. Even their dogs are messed up. Remember Major or Sergeant, whatever the dog's name is, wouldn't stop biting Secret Service? That's the same dog that Joe Biden was taking a shower with. He takes showers with a lot of people. He says he was taking a shower, and he's getting out the shower. Lo and behold, there's Sarge or Major, whatever his dog's name is. So he starts petting it with him and roughhousing with the dog. He's still naked. It's still wet. And he's just roughhousing with the dog. Because that's what people do, right? And then the dog is so big, jumped up at his chest, knocked him down, broke his foot. Do you remember that? What's the takeaway from this whole video? Joe Biden is very creepy, very weird. Likes to take showers with dogs and little children. And as a result of that, his kids are messed up.